Though we have everything, we feel discontent, stressed and anxious.
Where is the sense of completeness and connectedness?
Come, join us on the Art of Living show, Tuesday from 12 to 1 p.m. only on Radio Zindagi.
Learn the yukti to lead life with mukti.
The Art of Living show is brought to you by Verti Systems.
रेडियो जिंदगी 1550 AM के साथ जी जा।
Hello listeners, welcome to Radio Zindagi 1550 AM या फिर 99.7 FM HD3। मैं हूं आपके साथ में आरजे ईरा और यहाँ पे ट्यूसडेज को दोपहर 12 बजे क्या होता है। रेडियो जिंदगी के स्टूडियोज में ट्यूसडे को दोपहर को 12 बजे होता है द आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग शो दैट इज स्पॉन्सर्ड एंड ब्रॉट टू यू बाय वर्टी सिस्टम्स। आज का एपिसोड जो है, आज का शो बहुत ज्यादा खास है बिकॉज वी हैव इन आवर स्टूडियोज, ऑफ कोर्स वी हैव नवीन एंड वी हैव दिव्यानी, बट वी डू हैव अनदर वेरी वेरी स्पेशल पर्सन दैट इज, मैं बताऊं? No, you tell.
Hi everyone.
That's Divyani.
Hi everyone. Hi Bay Area.
No, that's Divyani. Okay, so we have Divyani and Naveen, and Divyani and Naveen will tell about the special person that we have in the studios.
Hi everyone.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
a little early. What happened to the intro? I'm a little bit starstruck, that's why.
I know, right? We're just excited and nervous.
Yes. Actually, आज के बहुत ही खास मेहमान हैं Rajshree Patel.
Naveen, you sound so formal.
Yes, I do. And I'm going to be my entire Bay Area. She's my sister. Actually, she's like my mother. I'm going to call her Didi. I call her Didi all the time, and I'm going to continue calling her on the show for you, just to show how special she is. And this is probably one of the most special shows that we'll be doing on this series. And we want to tell you a little bit about Rajshree ji. Devani, do you want to start off?
I'd be honored to. Rajshree Didi has actually been with the Art of Living for over 25 years. She's an absolutely incredible personality. I've only just met her a few days ago and she swept me off my feet already. She's one of the most senior teachers and leaders within the organization, Naveen, and you know that because you've done your teacher's training course with Didi.
Yes, that is true. I'm always amazed at Rajshree Didi because she travels the world, probably about 20 to 30 countries in a year.
Wow.
She is incessantly traveling, and she has taught across some of the most famous and important organizations all across the world, like the World Bank, United Nations, Pentagon, Harvard University. And it's not only to the elite, but she has also taught to all classes of society, like even prisons, all right? And she has influenced literally thousands and hundreds of thousands of people across the world. And, it's really cool to be an Art of Living teacher, but I think it's even cooler because she is my teacher for becoming an Art of Living teacher.
She's my teacher's teacher.
Oh my God.
Can you believe that? I'm going up the ranks now.
I know. We should just have call to claim fame.
So, listeners, once again, I would like to remind you, this is the Art of Living show, which is brought to you by Verti Systems. And we have Rajshree Didi in the studios with us today. So, if you have any questions, and you have an opportunity to ask questions about relationships or parenting or career or Art of Living in general, this is your opportunity. So, the number to call her right now is 510-770-1550. And Didi, we already have a caller who has to speak to you.
Wonderful.
Hello, you're on air.
Hi, Rajshree Didi. I have a question from my mother, who is 64 years old. Her question is, who can answer my questions relating to our faith? And how do I deal with everything that comes as the Lord is testing us in every way?
Nobody else can answer the question about your faith. Only you can answer your own question about faith. You either have it and you feel confident in it, or you have moments of doubt. And even the moments of doubt is really just to see how strong your faith is. So trust in yourself, know you're being taken care of, and move ahead. You've gotten to be 64 years old, raised children, you're doing well. Somebody's hand is above you, so trust in that.
That is so beautifully said, Didi.
Thank you, Rajshree Didi.
Yes. Thank you. I do hope that does answer your question. So listeners, if you also have any questions, you could just call in right now. The number to call in is 510-770-1550.
That is fantastic. And I just want to tell all our loving Bay Area out there, so what really strikes me about Rajshree Didi is her amazing intellect. It is probably one of the most razor sharp mind that I've ever witnessed in my life. वैसे तो मैं तो थोड़ा slow हूँ, so but and more than that, her spirit to serve, just incessantly travel and serve, and that is actually taken her to all across the planet and influenced thousands of people, as I was saying. But something that is really more amazing is how personal she is. Just for me, in my life, when I was, whether I had questions in career, whether I had questions in relationships, questions in spiritual development, she was always there and just serving with that love and innocence. I'm very specially touched.
You have a question, Naveen, now?
I do, Didi. I actually have a question. My question for you is, you are actually a lawyer, right? And
yes.
You have, and we'll talk a little bit about your past, your amazing past as well. And what was the turning point for you to give up being a successful lawyer and come and serve the world?
I wish I could give you some lightning striking story or a moment, but it really was not like that. However, I went thinking I was going to a music concert, Pandit Ravi Shankar. As you know, Ravi Shankar, or Shri is sometimes called Guruji, is the founder of Art of Living. And I thought I was going to a music concert. And when I arrived, I discovered it's not the sitar player, but it's some, quote, guru. Oh my God, what am I doing here? This is not for me. But I had gone that far. I was a little curious and I decided to stay. It's an interesting thing how our mind works. We have some fixed idea in our head. It said Pandit Ravi Shankar, Vedic master. Obviously that has nothing to do with music or art or anything. But my mind had its fixed idea. And in spite of the picture being of an 18-year-old, me knowing that the musician is 71 years old or was at that time, I still expected a musician, and I went. I saw the stage decor. It didn't match a music concert. It was a chair with a table on the side. And I said, Indian people, they're always late. The mind keeps coming up with stories. And I stayed, and long and behold, I went through an introductory talk that I'm giving also, as you know, in the Bay Area, about the happiness program and the breathing techniques and how it really can help someone. And I went through that program one weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I noticed it changed everything in my life. Concretely speaking, at work, I was a prosecutor working for the LADA's office, and I noticed that I was processing files in quarter of the time. We were 4 attorneys assigned to one courtroom. It would take me about, 8-9 hours a day to process 11 files. And that all changed. Suddenly, I was assigned to my own courtroom in 3 weeks after doing the course. I was going through 33 to 36 files by myself. The courtroom go dark, meaning I would finish by 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I would walk home at 5 p.m. and my colleagues would still be sitting there till 7 o'clock studying, reviewing, because it brought my mind to such immense clarity, present moment. I was not reading and thinking about other things. How many times as students or as parents or at the office, CEO or otherwise, we read something, a contract, some document, we don't process it. We cannot comprehend it. So what we end up doing is rereading the same thing 4 and 5 times. So the first thing this program did is, number one, it bought me time. Effectiveness, efficiency, clarity, productivity is in effect buying you time to do the things you want to do, to go out and spend more time with family, friends, movies, whatever it is. So there was a concrete shift, and the subtle shift, which is in a way hard to describe, but I think this happens to everybody in life. You're sleeping, you probably have everything, especially if you're living in this area. You have health, you have family, maybe not as great as you want your health to be. You have to have some funds to be living here. If you live here, you're at the top 0.5% of the globe of people. So things are working, 80-90%. But still we find there are nights you go to sleep and it's like a thorn on your foot. You know, something that says, ouch. Is this it? There has to be more in life. I want something else. Yes, I raise children. Yes, I have a career. Yes, I have friends. Yes, I have family. But there must be more. There's 7 billion people out there, many of them who do exactly what I do. And it took that thorn out. It gave me that something more that's not describable. We call it happiness, broadly speaking. We call it joy. But it's the ability to put the foot down fully on the ground and not avoid that little prick, that little thorn on the foot that says, I want more. So it's an amazing program, but that was, I suppose, my moment. You know, it's a transition. How does someone get from 5th grade to college? It's not all of a sudden. It appears that way in hindsight. When you're in college, and if someone says, wow, how did you get from 5th grade to college?
True.
It's not like
True.
that. You know,
True.
Life moves with progression. And what I do, I can't think of doing anything more. I make a difference in people's lives. I see the world. I meet people. I grow myself. If I'm responsible for 5, I have that much capacity. If I'm responsible for 50, I show up for 50 people. So it makes my life richer, you know.
Wow. So what I'm hearing is serving other people actually not only enriched their lives, but enriched your life as well.
It's part of life. We think of service as something I go and do sometime, you know. But if you ask a grandmother on Diwali or on Christmas, she doesn't make brownies and gulab jamun for herself and sit in the closet eating it. Isn't it?
Very true.
Her grandchildren are coming, so out of love, you can say service if you want, she wants to make them happy. She serves, and her beauty, her elegance, her joy is in appreciating the grandchildren, the children, with the enthusiasm and the joy of eating what she's made. So absolutely, it's a very simple principle. Your life always works better when you take care of another life. Always.
Wow.
That's gorgeous.
That is
amazing
beautiful.
knowledge.
True. And did you tell us something, you talked about something very, very relevant to our area and our lives here, that, you know, this is Silicon Valley with entrepreneurs, ideas, engineers, venture capitalists. And, you know, as we live in the 0.5% of the world, we're very successful. Sab kuch hai hamare paas. And that little something, that little thorn that you talked about, right? And how it stepped you into something more and gave that sense of completeness. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, yeah, because you see, the thing that you're describing, quote, Silicon Valley, we have something, you know, we have careers, we have comfort, we have cars, we have all the things we would want.
Yes.
Well, yes, but that doesn't give you that something. Money cannot buy joy, peace of mind, contentment, connectedness, love, you know, the thing which we do everything for. So we simultaneously live in multiple levels of existence: the external world or the physical world, world of matter, objects, events, situations. Those things are always changing, and to succeed in that world, we go through education. You know, you go to IIT, great, you succeed, and what you accomplish is enormous comfort in life, and it's good. One needs to have that. But if you don't have a smile on your face, you don't have the ability to enjoy, you don't have friendships, you can't spend time with family, quality is drowned with quantity, then that thorn, that something is missing. Because we simultaneously live in an inner world, the world of mind, world of feelings, world of emotions, the world of confidence, clarity, yes, innovation, clarity, creativity. This is a world that is not the world of matter. It's an education that is required in how to manage one's mind, one's emotions, one's feelings. When the mind is in the present moment, when the mind is calm, rested, alert, relaxed, then you succeed in that second world. Then creativity and innovation and clarity and productivity moves through you. Intuition guides a decision versus, mapdol, weighing, measuring, not knowing should I, shouldn't I, and then you lose sleep over it at night. So that second world of success is what I'm talking about, We have it, but we're not fully tapped into it.
Actually, Didi, I remember one of your quotes. You said this really sort of changed the way you thought about breathing. And you said, changing your breath, you can change your mind. And by changing your mind, you can change your emotions. Can you talk a little bit about that and how that relates to, the techniques that we learn on the course?
Well, yes. So, as I said, I was a lawyer. I had a brilliant career ahead of me in the sense that I had just finished working at the United States Attorney's Office. I transferred from there to the LADA's office. I was on the fast track in terms of grade promotions. My boss had an enormous amount of confidence. It was there. Friends, family, joy, pleasure, enjoyment of doing things. And then I discovered after the course, success there increased, and internal success, deeper levels of sleep, stronger immune system, better confidence, it increased. And what happened? I did something called Sudarshan Kriya. Simple breathing techniques which bridge, which is the segue, if you will, from the inside out. And it's a tool we're born with. We don't know anything about it. Maybe when we climb up a flight of steps, we realize, ooh, I have a breath. Or when you have asthma, you realize I have breath. But it's your first act of life, the very first thing you do. Your last act of life will be an exhalation. In-breath, first act. In between, we don't realize the value of breathing. With every specific emotion, when you're sad, when you're angry, when you're frustrated, impatient, agitated, anxiety, depression, each emotion has with it a unique and a very specific rhythm of breathing. Now, talking to yourself to relax when you're angry doesn't work. If someone else talks to you, it's worse because you want to say, shut up. You don't know my situation, isn't it? Yeah. It doesn't really work. So talking is one thing, but directly addressing the anger by shifting the breath is another thing. When we're calm, when we're peaceful, when we're creative, when we're intuitive, our breath is very definite. And in this program, what we do is we teach you the different ways to breathe so you can change your mind. That actually makes you, quote, in charge of your emotions, in charge of your thoughts, in charge of your feelings and your moods. And that's the value of breath. You have to come, you have to learn it. It doesn't take very long. You spend 12 years of high school, 4 years of college, 2-3 years of graduate learning to succeed in the outer world. 3 days, just a simple little weekend to learn to manage your inner world is nothing. But then it takes 10 minutes a day. You use it, you practice it when you need it, and you see that your mood changes. Change your breath, you change your mind. It's a scientific thing, If you show someone an emotion, their breath moves very specific. If you tell someone in an experiment, you give them some specific thoughts, they will move with that specific emotion and breath. If you reverse it, we notice that the individual, just by breathing that way, changes their emotion. So if you say, breathe this breath of anger, they'll get angry.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And Rajshree, you'll be, we're very fortunate to have you giving another 2 sessions, I believe, this week on the 19th and the 22nd.
Thursday, yeah.
Thursday, 19th Thursday at 7 p.m. and 22nd the Sunday at 3 p.m. Santa Clara Center. All details are available on myhappinessprogram.org.
So it's a chance for me to tell you in detail what the program is about.
Yes.
Get a little experience, ask some questions, come and meet me.
Yes,
and then you can join up for the program on June 27, 28 and 29.
That is fantastic. जैसे अभी हम स्टूडियो में आपके साथ मस्ती कर रहे हैं, so now it will be open for everybody. This is so great. And
So yes, you can definitely log on to myhappinessprogram.org to get more information about the program on 19th and 22nd, and then of course more information about the program on 27th, 28th and 29th. Right here we'll take a small little break and we'll be right back.
Life is precious, and these days, life without stress is priceless. Explore the secret to a stress-free life. Tune into the Art of Living show, sponsored by Verti System, every Tuesday, 12 to 1 p.m.
Verti Systems, a company that values your emotional, physical, and social well-being. Specialized trainings on QA, BA, and Big Data Hadoop. Batches ongoing, so hurry and enroll now. Visit vertisystem.com, or if you are looking for H-1B transfer and green card sponsorship, please visit Verti System or call 510-254-5631 to apply.
वेलकम बैक एवरीवन, यू ट्यून्ड इनटू रेडियो जिंदगी एंड दिस इज द आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग शो. आज का शो बहुत ज्यादा स्पेशल है क्योंकि हमारे साथ स्टूडियो में है राजश्री दीदी, राजश्री पटेल, एंड वी हैव नवीन एंड दिव्यानी टॉकिंग टू हर, आस्किंग क्वेश्चंस एंड क्वेश्चंस टू ड्राइव द चेंज. एंड so Didi, you were talking about the breathing and the techniques and Sudarshan Crane, how you got involved, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So Didi, so what you're telling us here is success, though when we think is materially from outside to inwards, actually the formula is the other way. It actually comes from inside out. If we can.
Well, what I'm saying is success, if it's only on the matter level, world of objects, then it's only 50% success. I'm suggesting that someone to be truly successful, at least by my definition, is success in the inner world, the world of feelings, connectedness, confidence, clarity. That has to be there. A smile on your face, come up or down in the outer world. And 100% success. One gives comfort. The other gives peace, happiness. The comfort you will have to leave behind. I'll tell you something. However successful you are in the outer world, when the day comes to go, meaning time to pass from this world, there is not a single person who will on their deathbed say, wow, I could have earned another $1 million and I could have gone 10 more days to the office. What they will count is the moments of love. They will remember the moments of regrets, of not connecting, not sharing, having had the difficulties and the fights that they didn't close. That's what I mean. A smile on the face, that is peace, that is joy, that is happiness, and all the comfort. 200% success makes for success. Anything less, you have to go and study some more. You got to come see me.
That is true. And we can see you on Thursday and Sunday. That is the 19th and 22nd, 7 p.m. and 3 p.m. at Santa Clara Center. Address available on myhappinessprogram.org. myhappinessprogram.org.
So 19th at 7 p.m. and 22nd at 3 p.m.
Correct. Yes.
Right. And myhappinessprogram.org is the website, is the place that you can log on and get more information about this. But right now, if you have any questions that you would like to ask listeners, this is your chance. This is the opportunity. You could call in. 510-770-1550 is the number.
Naveen, I'm just remembered of a situation when we first met.
Yes.
You were in college.
Yes.
Let's hear about that.
You showed up into one of my talks or something with your Bermudas on and your T-shirt.
Yes, I was getting to that.
The curly hair. And I remember me asking you, what are you doing with your life? And there was this sense of stagnation.
Yes,
in other words, waiting for something to happen.
Very true.
And I understand now. I did receive, by the way, the email that said I finally completed my thesis and now you're married, you're happy, you're working, you're thriving, and you are here, not in Houston, but in this area. And to take a little credit for the course, I know that often people think breathing meditation is about being, calm and sitting at home and being content and doing nothing. And I use you as an example in a sense to say it's quite the opposite. It's really about getting into action. What people do, what makes disease in life in a certain way, is sitting around thinking, waiting, postponing, and replanning, re-strategizing, reorganizing. And universe rewards action. not thinking, not planning. Any successful person, Steve Jobs to anybody, is because they risk getting into action.
Absolutely.
And we don't do that when the mind is under so much stress. What happens is there's enormous amount of thinking that goes on in our head. If you look at an average person, a male, he has in waking hours, about 8 hours, some 60,000 thoughts, electromagnetic impulses of intelligence, which we call thoughts. You can measure them. Most of these thoughts are useless. And when you have so many thoughts, exactly, you will not act when you have so many thoughts. And most of these thoughts are contradictory. So what breathing, what meditation does is it subsides those thoughts that are not necessary, irrelevant thinking to the situation, which creates doubt, which creates hesitation, which creates lack of confidence.
We will talk more about this, but we do have 2 callers who've been waiting to speak to you. Hi, you're on air.
Yes, hi. I have a question. My question is how to deal with uncertainty, because around, especially with the job situation and the world, so many things keep changing and they create a lot of uncertainty, a lot of anxiety about what's going to happen. How to deal with that, if the speaker has some inputs on that?
So the first thing to realize is change and uncertainty is part of life. Notice in your question there's some subtle attempt to hold on, to keep something fixed. But the world, by its nature, like water by its nature is liquid, the world by its nature is changing. So you have to recognize that events come and go, situations come and go, money also comes and goes, fame comes and goes. So when you know that, when you succeed, you move with confidence, and when you have, quote, a downside to the picture, you move with confidence. So that's the first thing, a simple realization of what is. The truth is, world is changing. No matter what you do, it will not stay still, so stop the effort. You're wasting your time, your energy. And then the second thing to do is increase your level of life force. Notice that the smallest change bothers you a lot when you're tired. If your pen is not next to the telephone where you're used to keeping it, you will get upset. How many times I've told you guys, leave my pen where it is. That little change disturbs you because your energy is low, you're tired. But when you're energetic, you rested well, you just came back from a holiday, bigger things fall off of you. So breathing, meditation, the happiness program is a direct way to increase what is called prana, your vital force, like children.